Back in Time crew, what is going on? We are here for the first ever episode of the Back in Time podcast. Isn't that right, Bon?
Yes, we are. You've got me up on a Sunday morning to do Back in Time podcast.
To be fair, I was the one working last night. You were not at work, so you should be refreshed and I should be tired.
Yeah, but I'm always tired.
That is true. So you guys have been suggesting for a while that we should do some different type of content. So most of you see us from our little clips that we have on Facebook where we play music in our kitchens like weirdos.
On our breakfast bar.
On our breakfast bar.
On the hob.
And that's where you see us, and that's where you probably would know us from. If you don't know us, hi. If you do, hello. But yeah, you've been suggesting we should do some different type of content for a while. So we thought podcast makes sense. It just gives me an opportunity to talk complete nonsense for
an opportunity for you to talk more
than
you already do
for the next hour. So yeah, welcome to the Back in Time podcast, first ever episode.
Wow, where should we start?
Take me right back to the beginning, I guess. I guess that's what people who have watched us for a while would know where we came from. People that haven't known or don't know who we are would probably need to know where we came from. So I suppose it makes sense to go right back to the beginning, mate.
Wow. So we tell everybody that Back in Time was actually my brainchild, or because I had a rubbish night out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So after a rubbish night out, way before COVID, when I come home and was like, I've had a really bad night out and I want to start my own party.
You literally came home to me. I remember I think I was at your mum's at the time. You'd been out and I'm pretty sure you came home really early and were like, and I was like, why on earth are you back so early?
Yeah, because I was like, I've had a really bad night and I felt like I was going to get beat up.
Yeah, and you were, where did you go? You was in Clapham, right?
Yeah, I went to Clapham and it was just awful. Like the music, everything. And I felt like it was just really rough and I felt, it was just rowdy. Like it weren't the same as what it used to be. And then I was like, I want to start my own party.
So you came to me and you said, your exact words were, I'm starting my own party. Will you DJ for me?
And you said no.
And I said, hang on a minute, before I commit, I need to understand what I'm getting myself into here. I said, so what party are you looking to start? And you said, I think your initial response to me was, I want to do something which is going to be like feel good. I want people to go out, feel safe, have a great time, listen to great music and go home feeling like it's been
I wanted
a really
it to
good
be
night.
People my age, basically a party for me. People with my age, my music,
right.
Basically a party for me and my friends.
Right.
And then invite other people. So it had to be over 25s because then there would have been no drunk people bashing into me and things like that.
Well, old
the
people
music
get drunk
that
too,
I wanted to listen to and in a place that I wanted to go.
So you basically wanted a birthday party?
Pretty much. But then just invite people.
And you wanted me to DJ and I said no.
And then I said, that's fine, I'll find somebody else.
And then I said, but I don't trust anyone to do it for you.
So then,
So then I got roped in.
And then I put tickets on sale for the Star and Garter in Putney.
Yeah, so you planned a party at the Star and Garter in Putney, which was a good venue, to be fair, on Lower Richmond Road.
Yeah.
And then, to be fair, you actually sold out.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. Well, I was quite surprised about it. And then you did say to me, though, what can I call it? And because you know that I'm like a marketing guru, bit of a brain genius when it comes to coming up with brands.
No.
And I said to you, what is it that you're trying to create? What I said, what are you trying to kind of encapsulate in your party? What do you want to try and achieve from that?
Yeah, I liked the kind of like history vibe and going back and that type of music and stuff. And then you came up with like some sort of Back to the Future.
No.
You did. No, it was some sort of like naff name. And even my mum was like, no, that is pants.
No.
Anyway, yes, you did. You were trying to like hijack my brand and make it some sort of like...
No, I love Back to the Future.
You were stuck on this like clock thing.
No, that was the logo. But I said to you, what are you trying to do in terms of the brand? What is it that you're trying to... What do you want to kind of get across? And you said, I want people to have memories of when they used to go out and it be really feel good. And I said to you, why don't you call it Back in Time? And you liked the brand name. Yeah. And then obviously I went off and then started working on...
Yeah, it has some like lightning bolt with like a clock and some sort of like smoke coming out of it.
Anyone who's seen Back to the Future will know like the Back to the Future
like
branding.
It's like your film. It was my brand, my party, and then your film.
No. I was trying to get like the concept of taking you back in time. So I kind of referenced Back to the Future. But
so for something you didn't want to do, you then started like getting all excited and like started going, bringing it all back. Anyway, so my party then crashed because COVID happened and I was really upset.
Yeah, so you had the party planned. It was all going ahead, all sold out. And then obviously we were struck by COVID.
So,
which obviously took the whole world by shock, right?
So I had no party, nowhere to go, nothing to do, and was stuck indoors. Like everybody else, which was really unfortunate, and it was a really bad time. It
was tough, yeah. Because obviously for me, being out like, 4 or 5 nights a week, every week doing music, suddenly I was like just completely stuck indoors, nothing to do. I think the hardest part for me was like, I think the first few weeks of the lockdown were actually for me were quite nice because I, as you know, I never ever take any time, like really, very, very, very rarely take time off. So it was like you were forced to take a break because obviously the whole world shut down. There was no clubs open.
It was quite nice to have you home for a little while, to be fair.
The first few weeks were good. And then I think it was like we got probably about like sort of 6 to 8 weeks into the first lockdown when I was like, shit, this is like not showing any signs of like ending anytime soon. I think that's when mentally I then started to worry and struggle.
It was hard to kind of watch you decline and like lose work the same as everybody else, I think, across the country.
Everyone was in the same situation, but I feel like suddenly going from having something that you've done for such a long time and how you pay your bills and make your livelihood and stuff like that, to have that suddenly taken away was mentally quite difficult, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's not nice seeing your partner kind of struggle, and I think everybody was experiencing that. But obviously indoors we always have music playing. Like music's a big thing for me, it's a big thing for you, and I think for everybody else. When you're struggling, when you're going for a good time, hard times, kind of everybody has like a song or a genre of music that they listen to kind of get them pumped up or excited, or when you're feeling sad you reach for a certain artist or a song or something like that. And it was kind of like you have all the equipment at home.
What is it they say? Music is the answer to your problems.
You have all the equipment at home. We've got a nice big breakfast bar. Let's get it out. And you was kind of getting your stuff out, having a little play.
No, to be honest, I'm going to correct you there actually. Because no, at the time of COVID, I didn't even have a DJ controller at home. I actually had to borrow your brother's.
Oh, yeah.
Your brother thought he was going to be like the next Fatboy Slim.
My poor brother.
He thought he was going to be...
leave him alone.
Big shout out to Aaron. He thought he was going to be the next Fatboy Slim. And I did try and teach him, but he's very reluctant to listen to instructions. So it didn't go very well for him. But I actually remember messaging him saying, can I borrow your DJ controller? Because I didn't have one at the time at home.
Didn't he say no?
He said no. But I think at first he said no. Like the typical Aaron response. Yeah, no, you can't have it.
You are not an artist.
Yeah, so... Yeah, not support.
My brother's always had this thing with Guy where he's like,
"You're a DJ, you're not an artist."
Yeah, and my brother does his own events, and Guy was like, "Oh, I'll play for you," and he's like,
"He's kind of retired.
You're not an artist."
He's retired a little bit now, which is probably like fair play to Aaron. He had his thing going on for a while, but I think he's like moved on from that part of his life.
You're not for his brand.
Yeah, but anyway. I had to text Aaron and say, like, can I borrow your DJ controller?
Please.
No, to be fair, you were the one that came to me and said, I think for your mental health and for you just to keep your creative kind of juices flowing, you need to do something to get yourself out of this like funk that you're in. Because I was in a pretty crap place.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I can't be bothered. I've got not got the motivation to do that. I'm not doing the online thing. I don't want to look like a weirdo, like standing there talking to the camera and stuff. And it took me a long time to kind of get on board with it. And then I said, I don't want to do it under my own personal brand, so we do it under yours.
I think the type of music that you played as well,
it wouldn't have reached.
No.
It's not that. Like, for people that don't know, I have been a professional DJ for many, many years. I started DJing when I was like 13 years old, probably started before that. And I have been a full-time DJ for a long, long time. But I predominantly play house music, so that hasn't got the reach that, like, what we do with Back in Time has. The Back in Time music that we play transcends through generations of like parents, grandparents, kids that have grown up on that type of music, stuff like that. So it made more sense to do it through the idea that you'd had. And obviously I think you were conscious that because you'd sold that party out, you wanted to kind of keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I wanted to keep people interested in it. So when we were going to come out of this, whenever it may have been,
you can pre-plan that.
Yeah, I could honour people's tickets and things like that. So
yeah, I mean, I said I wasn't keen to do the live stream at first. I'll admit I was a bit reluctant to do the whole online thing, but then I've eventually folded like I normally do, because you pressure me constantly and just on and on and on, and I just end up giving in. But I text your brother and said, can I borrow your DJ controller? We brought it to the house, and then I think one night we literally started on Facebook, because I think that at that time that was only really like, you had Instagram and stuff like that, but no one was doing the streamer stuff on Instagram really. Like there was other platforms that came about, like that were already there, like Twitch and stuff like that, but I wasn't aware of these platforms. I'd never used them. I didn't need to use them for what I did, so I never had experienced any of that stuff. So I remember one night we literally set up in the kitchen on the breakfast bar from our apartment in southwest London.
I love how you call it an apartment.
It's a posh way of saying flat, but I prefer the word apartment. It makes me feel better about myself. We put it up on the breakfast bar, and we got set up. It was very basic. It had one of those. You
didn't even have the thing then when we first started that you could drown out the rest of the noise. It was just speaking. So even if like the washing machine was going in,
it wasn't even direct audio.
You could hear it.
It was like straight into the. It wasn't even nothing connected. It was just speaker, phone. Yeah, and just hit play, and it sounded terrible. It looked terrible. You had one of those dodgy, like £20 Amazon disco lights that you used to use for your exercise classes, going in the background. It looked like a Ferris wheel going around, and it was all shocking.
Like multicolored. It was like
terrible.
A proper. What is it when you have like a DJ and? What
like
is it like disco?
Dave,
yeah,
like
in the background
from like the social club, like having it.
It was really weird. I look back at those videos now and
shocking.
I proper cringe.
Yeah, shocking, terrible. We've come a long way.
It was so good, and then it just built and built and built and built.
I think the first week, like we literally got the phone ready, go live on Facebook, and we probably had like, I don't know, like a couple of hundred people first, like for the first week. I was quite happy with that. I was like, a couple hundred people tuned in.
But it started giving you like this sort of like buzz, and you was happy, and people were interacting, and it turned into like going to work every Saturday night, and then you started getting like really serious about it.
Yeah, because like me, I'm a perfectionist, and I've got like a bit of OCD.
But we started getting dressed up on like a Saturday night, and I'd put like makeup on, and then Olivia was getting involved, and it was like, oh, Saturday night, back in time night, and then everybody started like joining in.
But you're jumping like way ahead.
Yeah, because you're like waffling now. So it was like, you know, COVID was like 4 years. Are you just going to talk about like 4 years of every stream?
No, but I'm just trying to explain obviously how the stream got going. But by all means, take
and it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then don't you remember when people would be watching and I'd ring their Facebook page and they'd be like, oh my God. And we'd get them in on the live stream and things like that.
That was quite funny when we'd actually, and then we'd start
just do like a random call, a bit like this morning, and be like, so we are now joined by, yay.
And you just be up on the camera.
It was really good. And then I liked it. People started like sending us things to the house, and
mate, we'd get like deliveries of beer would turn up.
Yeah,
people like, because we'd like go to like do our shopping at Tesco and stuff, and we'd always get ourselves like a couple of beers to have on the live stream when you could do that. Now they like ban you for that because they say it's promoting alcohol.
That New Year's Eve, there was one New Year's Eve that we did, and we got really drunk a whole bottle of Baileys on the live stream.
Battered,
yeah. That went a bit.
That wasn't. Oh, I think, was it New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve?
I can't remember. I think it might have been New Year's Eve. I was absolutely wasted. I think at the end of the stream, I was on the floor, like yeah.
I did get hammered.
Yeah, it was. And then one Christmas, we did like breakout rooms with different families where they was all separated at Christmas. Don't you remember?
That's when they all had the iPads going.
Yeah,
and they had like little parties going in their house of us on the telly.
But
it was weird. It
did start taking it a little bit too seriously.
No, but like I said, the thing is, when I start to do something, if I see something starts to work,
I do want to post that clip of you like shouting at me about the radiator and sweating your bollocks off.
No, but you did have this you had this habit of like just before
I need to set it up, and are you gonna stop doing this? And
no, but you had a habit of when we would do a live stream, like, and I'd have like. I did start taking it quite seriously. You're right. So I got ring lights and like I worked out that because it was important because it grew quick.
No, I know. I'm not knocking it.
It went from a couple of hundred people watching a week to over like 250,000 people over the next few months.
It was great. It is amazing.
And as people's expectation of what we were doing grew, I wanted to improve it for ultimately. To the
point where you was like telling me off.
No, but any type of business owner or any type of like person who runs business or does events or anything, your sole purpose and your sole goal is to make sure that your end customer is happy with the product. That's how my brain works. So I had to improve the audio, I had to improve the visuals, the lighting and everything. So, but you had a habit of when we would do the live stream on Saturday of like an hour before, you'd crank the house up to about 25 degrees.
It was cold and you'd have the back door open.
But then the radiator's right behind me and then I'm standing there under this ring light for 2 hours, like DJing, like getting hot. And I'm like, I'm melting now. Like, I'm
Yeah,
in a
but if
sauna.
people could see what you're like,
And I would turn
like
red.
as soon, like say we started at 7, at like 6:59,
I'm a crank.
you'd be like shouting,
Yeah,
and then as soon as
not
it gets
shout.
to 7, you'd be like, "Welcome, woohoo!"
I don't do
And
disco
Olivia would
hands
be
and all
like
that.
this in the other side of the camera.
Yeah, I don't do like the jazz hands and all
No,
that
you
stuff.
do. You're like, "What's up, family?" And then you're like touching your hat and like twitching at your t-shirt and stuff.
This podcast has just become like, this is mug guy off. Like literally.
No, it's not.
Do you want a spade? You can carry on digging that hole a little bit.
But it is. We do have fun for 2 hours. It is just fun.
It definitely became something quite important in my life, I have to say. Like,
and it still is. And it is. And it just keeps growing and growing.
yeah. But obviously off the back of that, obviously that went on for like a good 2.5 years. Every Saturday night for 2.5 years, pretty much. Like, it's mad to think like it went on for that long, and then the audience grew and grew and grew. And it's like, even like now, you know, like we get to the point where we're still doing it now.
Yeah.
And it's obviously now it's moved on. It went from Facebook onto Twitch, and it changed, and then it moved again then we took a bit of a pause when COVID came to an end and I started going back to work. It was difficult to carry on, but now it's back, and it's now on TikTok, and it's been
I like how
funny old journey.
The people that only ever used Facebook, they then came over to Twitch, and we had to explain how you download Twitch.
I literally used to write like explanations.
Yeah.
Like, go onto the App Store, download, search for Twitch,
and then
download,
from Twitch,
create
it's like
your
TikTok,
account.
and people had never heard of TikTok.
Yeah.
And now we've had to educate them. Like,
I know, I do-
your mum and dad are the best.
I love my
They're
mum and
like
dad. I've had to go around it
75
every
and
time
78, and they're like, how do you? Oh, they send a text. Are you on?
Yeah.
And
Are you
it's
not
like,
streaming
Can you
tonight?
not? Like, I've just got in from work, and they're like, are you on? No, actually, I'm cooking my dinner. Can you just give us a minute?
Oh, yeah, bless my parents.
But no, and then obviously when we was coming out of COVID, it was like, okay, let's throw our first event.
Well, no, people started saying to us, didn't they, when COVID came to an end and I started getting work again, thank God, I started being able to be going to do bookings again. People were saying that they missed it. Was difficult because we used to stream on a Saturday night, but obviously every Saturday night I go to work, so that had to be sacrificed, unfortunately. And then people started saying, we really miss the engagement, we really miss watching the streams and stuff. Why don't you guys start doing stuff in real life, start throwing events that we can actually come to? And that's where you'd already planned to do that, but a lot of people that had obviously followed us during COVID didn't know about that original event. So that's when we then reverted back to your original plan of then doing events, and then started to plan.
And I got really excited, didn't I? And it wasn't just an event. It was almost like my party. And then I wanted like a little bit of a wedding vibe. So I got balloons. I got the back in time letters.
Oh my God, you literally got
a flower wall.
You went overboard.
It's almost like a little bit of a red carpet.
Yeah,
kind
it's a bit
of
weird,
like,
if I'm
no,
honest.
because it was like a big launch party, wasn't it?
A bit strange.
No.
Yeah, like the whole, like, it was cool looking back. But I'm like, mate, I remember when you said to me that you were getting the balloons done. I was like, oh yeah, I should get a few balloons. You literally gave me an invoice for about £800 for balloons.
Yeah, but it looked nice. It was like an arch as you come in. It was like a spectacle.
The thing is, I felt so bad because
the flower wall was the best.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a hello kind of like
the
vibe
guy.
on.
I felt bad because the guys came to set up the balloon arch, and it took them ages to do it. Ages. I remember them bringing every individual.
You're gonna burst my balloon right now.
No, but that's what we had to do after, didn't we? We did the event. And then literally, like, I've now got to burst all of these balloons. And I felt like I was popping just pound note. So
well,
that was
anyway,
a bit, that was
it was
a, bit
a great
of a silly
success.
expense.
And I was blown away
Great
by like
success.
people that had come down from watching us from like miles away. I think Yvonne and Stevie had came down
Nottingham,
from
yeah.
Nottingham, which was great. And then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. Yeah. And the events have just got bigger and bigger.
They have.
It's mad. What's been your favourite one so far?
I think, it's difficult because, like, they're so different. Like, in that we do boat parties, we do ones in pub gardens, we do ones in bigger halls.
I think the Half Moon garden parties,
they're always good. I think people love to party in the daytime, don't they? People do love to party in the daytime. So it's like, I feel like the minute that you say that the party's outside, I feel like people are just like on it. And obviously daytime partying wasn't really a thing before COVID. Like brunch events they were like, there was a few, but they weren't popular like before COVID. The brunch market came about after COVID because obviously when venues opened, they were on limited times and stuff, and more people started going out during the daytime, and everyone got this like quite used to going out early and then being home early. So I feel like that whole market of people going out in the day became much more acceptable after COVID. So I feel like with the garden parties, when we put up a garden party and it's like 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. in the summertime and it's outside, they just seem to just go out off fly off the shelves quick. I do like the ones outside. I love being outside. You know me.
I liked being outside, finishing at 8 and then getting home early, and then you can have like pizza, have a shower, whatever, and then you're sobering up, and then you wake up in the morning and then you don't feel that bad.
Or if you're like me, I do that and then I go straight to work.
Yeah, but it's part of your job. So like people always ask, do we have other jobs as well? Like what do we do outside of Back in Time?
Yeah, I think people assume that we just do Back in Time, but it's obviously...
and it's hard. So obviously, like you just said, you'll finish an event, I go home. Like when the event first starts, I don't really drink, but then once everybody's in and having a good time,
you definitely drink.
Yeah, I do have a drink.
I don't,
but then you obviously go back onto work. But I do. People don't know I do have a actual day job as well. I work for a performing arts charity for people with disability, but we also have events at weekends where the guys perform, doing shows and things like that. So pretty much every weekend we're both doing something, sort of event-based. Doing something, and during the week I work with the guys, so it's a lot. We are very, very busy.
It's what you do, though. It's what you take on. But what event would you say has been your favourite? The garden party. No, I'd
say the garden parties, but I'd say the first time we had an act, Harry Cambridge.
Was he the first act we booked?
Yeah, he was the very first act we booked, Harry Cambridge.
At the Half Moon.
At the Half Moon.
For anyone that doesn't know, Harry Cambridge is either like the number one Luther UK tribute, right? Yeah. And he's amazing. If you haven't seen the show, I highly recommend that you go and watch it.
And he was on Stars in Their Eyes with Matthew.
I didn't know that he was on.
What was his name? Matthew. Tonight, Matthew.
I just know him as Matthew.
I'm going to be.
I remember it.
I can't remember Matthew Kelly. And he was so good.
I didn't know that he was on the Stars in Their Eyes thing. That's
he's
where it
amazing.
came about.
But he sounds so much like Luther. And if you watch Back in Time, you know I'm obsessed with Luther Vandross. But he was amazing. So he's one of my favourites.
Yeah. That was at the Half Moon in Putney.
Our first boat party that we did, I think. And then the garden party. I mean, I like all our parties.
Yeah, to be fair, we have had some amazing artists before. We've obviously had Harry Cambridge. Then we had Carol Thompson. That was at Imber Court. Carol was amazing as well.
Yeah. Loose Ends
back at the Half Moon as well.
Obviously I perform quite a lot. I mean, looking back at our reels, the ones where I'm singing, that the first one where I sang Fool's Paradise, that is what did our first viral video on TikTok. I'm sorry about that.
I'm just letting
we did go viral with
just letting you have your moment.
I do perform quite a lot. And everybody does say, like, sing us a song, Bonnie.
Sing us a song, Della.
So obviously you with your singing on the live stream. So obviously I sing because we both like interact. But then when you do your kind of like Alexandra O'Neill and you do the, can't you understand?
But if you actually
do your echo. No, but now you've got yourself a bit of a fan club, haven't you?
No, but if you go back and watch the actual clips on Instagram, you'll see that I do actually cut the music when I do sing.
Not very often.
Sometimes.
You still give yourself a bit of an echo. And now you've built up this like whole fan club and people are like, oh, guys, sing us a song. Which, you know.
Listen, I can hold a tune.
It's taken a bit.
I was on X Factor. Yeah,
but now you get sent nudes.
Let's not get onto the... No, that...
God, we both managed kind of like the social media. I was at home, you was at work.
I managed the social media.
I'm on FaceTime to one of our friends, Javon, talking about like what we can get daughters for birthdays and things like that. And the next thing...
I was at work.
Can I say the word? Dick pic flashed up on the phone. Thong, bum, whatever. But the worst thing is, it was a man.
It did. I have
and
to say.
I'm texting you. Have you seen this?
No, I was at work.
Bum in the face, sent into the inbox. I like you, and then I was like, And then I looked, and they'd sent a picture of you, and underneath the picture of you was a bum, in a man's bum in a thong. So yeah, Alexandra O'Neill serenading has reached you a audience far and wide, my love. So obviously your job in your nightclubs with your DJing, you've now, gone up a level. Do you get that at work when you're DJing to girls come over and show you the bum? Ooh, work.
Mate, you're such a dick.
I mean, you can explain what it's like when you're at work.
No,
Is that what you get?
No, I was at work.
Woo. Woohoo. Buffy Barton.
I was at work.
I mean, I would get it up on my phone. Did you delete it?
100%. I'm not going to keep that, are we?
Keep that for your OnlyFans.
But are you going to carry on talking, or do you actually want to talk? Do you actually want to talk about this? What it was?
Explain what happens when you're at work.
No, not when I was at work. It's not what happens when I'm at work at all. Like I don't.
In private members.
They aren't the type of establishments that I work at. I was at work that night, and I remember I was mid DJ set, and I got a flash up on my phone from you as a message saying, "Have you seen the Facebook message?" And I was like, "What Facebook message?" And I remember opening the inbox, and I was like, "What the actual fuck?" And sorry to be graphic, but it literally was a bloke on his bed. I think it said "You are hot," and then it was a geezer on his bed, like stark bollock naked, in a thong with his full piece out.
But he didn't have his face in the picture. And then there was another picture that come through. But the worst thing is,
took me by surprise.
on FaceTime to Javon and I'm wetting myself. And Javon was like, what is it? So he was like, show me. So
the worst thing is,
this
is going to be one of the parts of the podcast that is going to get cut up as a clip. And I can't talk
and
about
it's going to be like, guy's dick pic.
No, I'm not. This bit is not being shared.
And what is
it's
the other?
Embarrassing.
When we did the filming the other day, and you was like itching yourself, and what did I say?
When?
A dick wedgie or something.
You've got an obsession with the word dick.
Maybe we should start an OnlyFans.
No, we
guys
should not.
OnlyFans.
Oh my god. How is the podcast
anyway,
now turned into
so
this?
when you're DJing, I'd love to know what it's like in a nightclub.
Listen,
if you get sent that on Back in Time joint account, what comes into your own inbox?
Nothing.
What do you do when you're like scratching the deck?
I'm a consummate professional, mate. I'm a consummate professional, so my music is always...
Actually, enlighten me. I've been with you so long, because I don't ever come and work with you.
Yeah, because you got banned from coming out, because you used to act up.
Okay, let's not go into that.
Yeah, no, let's. You want to talk about dick pics? Let's talk about you getting banned from the nightclubs. I'd like you to
kind of explain what you do at work and what goes on.
I literally play music.
No, give us your kind of like, so you leave the house, you go and have your ritual kind of like smoke your shisha.
I do like smoking my
shisha.
That
calms you down, gets you prepared.
I think I don't think a lot of people. It's not everyone, right? But if you look in the DJ industry in general, not just DJ industry, but musicians, actors, any type of creative industry, you'll find that a lot of people do struggle with anxiety and stuff like that. And I certainly do. I get myself worked up. I've always found that the way that I can make sure that I perform to the best of my ability is to put myself under as much pressure as possible. If I leave the house and I'm feeling really calm, I probably won't play my best DJ sets. I play my best DJ sets when I am a little bit uptight. So I often, as you know, get quite anxious before I'm going to go and do a big set. And the reason why that is because I say the more pressure I put on myself under, I will perform better. So I do have my ritual. I smoke my shisha, I have my downtime, I take my little hour. Then I go to work and I do my thing and come home at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're snoring with your mouth open, catching flies like this.
I think, what's your most favourite place to play at the moment? Now you're getting older.
Monaco. I'm just going to chuck it out there. It's a big one for me every year.
Okay, sorry.
Monaco
but
Grand Prix.
now you're getting older. You've played at so many different places because
they're all different.
I mean, that's one of the questions we do get asked. How old are you? I'm not going to let you kind of expose that if you don't want to. But as you later on, now in your career, what's your favourite places? Back in Time?
I do enjoy Back in Time. I never thought that when we first discussed it that I would enjoy it as much as I do now. So props to you, because I was not fully invested at first. Whereas now I am fully invested. And I do see it as my future now because I am getting older in my career. And as I want to kind of pull back from doing, as many late nights in clubs, because it is tough doing 4 nights a week until 4 o'clock in the morning and being on a completely different body clock to everybody else. And, you and Liv aren't the most considerate in the morning when you get up to go to work. And I get in at 4 o'clock and then you're like lights on, showers on, hair dryers on at like 7:30 in the morning, get ready for work. And I'm like, that 3 hours has done me great. So yeah, but Back in Time will be the future.
Balance that though, like obviously our clocks are on different we do work differently.
Yeah.
You're kind of like
I'm a night owl.
and we have to get up and go function.
But that's
in
just
the
how my
morning.
brain has always been, though. Like, my brain comes alive at night time, which is why I do what I do. I function better as a human being at night. Like, in the daytime, I'm very like a little bit like numb in the brain. It gets to sort of like evening time and my brain starts to wake up. It's just how I've always been. That's why I'm better. I am better at working nights.
I feel like also it's nice that we've got this together, because we've spent so many like
years apart.
weekends. Like, I think Christmas Eves, in the whole time we've been together, I think we've spent one together.
No, more now. I take more off now than I used to.
I mean, like previously,
Yeah, it was
and
a
like
lot.
Boxing Days
But the thing is,
and things like that.
The thing is, as a DJ, you have to be available to play. Like, if we're being self-employed is difficult. Like, if you're not busy, you don't pay bills. So, and you don't want to be that DJ that when someone asks you to do something, you're turning it down. So I say yes to everything. I spoke about this on the podcast that I was on the back end of last year about you've always got to be just ready to go and ready to deliver and do it, like, and be available and be, consistent at what you do. That's how you stay in an industry and stay active and stay busy for such a long time, is by always being the person that you can go to, knowing that like you're going to get what you want and what you ask for. But
I think the type of audience that we have though, back in time, like at our events and things like that, they're more easygoing than I would guess the audience that you have, that you play to at like nightclubs.
Yeah,
and
for
things
sure.
Like that.
Like, our events are fun. Like, but when a lot of the stuff that I do in my like professional career outside of it is a lot more high. Like, I play at a lot of high pressure venues. Where the expectation is very high. Our expectation at ours is, I'd say I still put. You see me though. I still, even at Back in Time, I obsess over everything. My biggest thing about Back in Time, which I think is really important, and not just for me, but I think for anyone else, again, that owns a business or does anything for a customer, our sole purpose is to make sure that I respect and I appreciate every single person that has ever bought a ticket for our event. You think they go out of their way, they spend their hard-earned money on a ticket to one of our events to come and support us. My biggest goal is to make sure that person leaves feeling like their money was well spent and that they've had a good time. So that's all I care about. So like, even when we've had a great event and they've all been really good, and I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude when I read like the reviews on our Skiddle page, and we've got a 5-star rating, and everyone, all the reviews are amazing, and that's so important for us to try and retain that, and that's why we're always so adamant about the small details and making sure that people feel included, and the community that we've built and the vibe that we create it's all so important, because you want people to leave and go, that was amazing and I can't wait to go back. And that's how you build longevity, and that's what's important to me. And I know you take the piss sometimes, because obviously we'll do an event and you'll go, that went really well, but I will pick out the parts that I wasn't happy with.
Yeah, but you're kind of like, when it comes to like the sound,
I'm obsessive. Yeah, I am,
and stuff like that. But
I literally do have OCD.
I like
it's literally in
being
me.
there when people come in, like the face greeting.
Yeah,
people.
you do all the greeting.
I try and speak to every single person, and it's quite hard when you can't get round everybody. But the people that come from far, and they book hotels and things like that. Like,
it's a big commitment.
I really appreciate it, and it's
amazing.
It's so lovely. And I appreciate everybody. But it is quite overwhelming when people come up to you and they're like, you really helped me during COVID, and you saved my life, and I lost my husband, or I lost my wife, or I lost my mum and I really struggled.
I feel like that was the first time when I realized just how the live stream, going back to it from earlier, like when we started, it was a bit of a laugh and a joke for us. It was like something that we just did as a bit of fun. It wasn't until we started getting those messages when I realised just how important what we were doing had become. And I feel like that's why we started taking it so seriously, because the messages that we used to get from people talking about
some of
mental
them
health struggles,
heartbreaking.
Yeah, literally.
They were, and knowing that we had that effect and we were there for people, not physically where you could hug people, but like
it gave people that
play
release.
Someone's song, or that 2 hours that you were delivering made a real change 100% to people, and it gave them something to look forward to.
At a really shit time. Like COVID was a really, really crap time,
and it was a crap time for us as well. Like,
it was a
with
crap time for the whole world,
being so vulnerable, and like our my family, and obviously for me as well, like people don't know, but I have epilepsy, and I got like a vulnerable shielding letter and things like that. And it was kind of like, oh, you know, I'm okay, but you've got to stay indoors. And it was like, oh, all right, well, it's the same with everybody. And then we was all waiting for the COVID jab, weren't we?
Well, let's not go on to talk about jabs.
Well, yeah, we won't touch on that. But, and then like our audience, they all then became friends. They was all interacting with each other on Facebook. And then when they finally met up at our events, they was like, oh, I'm so-and-so and I'm so-and-so.
Well, yeah, because everyone had like screen names,
yeah,
didn't
usernames. But
So,
now
like-
people come on their own, don't they? So leading up to every event, like literally that hour, we always have a row. Why is this?
Well, because obviously it's a stressful time, right? You're getting ready to like try and execute something that's been like months in the planning.
Mm.
And I feel like in every business, everyone has their roles, and you do try and encroach on my side of my roles. Like in a grand scheme of things, if you think about it, like really, like what do you actually do other than turn up and party?
I'm the vibe. I'm
No, to be fair,
I am the party.
you do the you do the whole you do the meet and greet stuff, which is important,
Yeah,
and
but
you do the scanning of the tickets and that. But I'm not
Yeah,
not
but I am the party.
not even so much.
Yeah, but like me and Carly are there. Carly obviously is like me and Carly are the door girls. But when people come, they're like, "Hi, Bonnie," and when they see me at the door, they know they're at Back in Time. And then they have to come in and find you stuck behind the booth.
Yeah, but I'm doing the important shit.
Yeah, but
You're like there, like
listen,
hi,
if we
taking
think about it from the very, very beginning, it was my party that I wanted to throw. It was my idea.
I took
then
your
I
idea.
needed a DJ.
I took your idea. I took your concept of throwing a party and I turned it
Honey,
into a business.
I am the vibe.
You are the vibe. But I took the idea of you having a party and I turned it into a business. But
We couldn't have done it without each other.
that is
We are a team. Back in time, there's an I.
I for meaning individual me. Yeah. I do a lot.
It's us together.
Sometimes it annoys.
There's no,
but the thing
there's
about
no guy without Bonnie. There's no Bonnie
the
without
thing
guy.
that annoys about you is
And there's no us without our audience. Our audience are what make us.
They are-
And they are what make Back in Time.
They
And
are
we
key.
have got some serious loyal followers.
we have.
Yeah.
We've got some amazing people that come to our parties
Yeah.
and they make me smile every time I see them. I love
Yeah.
the fact that they always come back.
Mm.
And
that is why we're doing the future events and we're doing the festival to make it bigger and better and expand it.
I feel like everything that we've had so far with Back in Time has been organic, right? Like it's grown just through us plugging away for the past 5 years of doing the same stuff, but just being consistent, doing the live streams, putting out the content, doing the parties. But to grow it, it does need to progress. And we've got to that point now where it's like, how do we get it bigger? And the only way that we can scale it is by doing bigger events. And that leads us on
So
to
if you
next
think
year's
I
festival.
spent a lot on balloons. Now I spent.
Let's not get... listen, I get anxiety when I think about the bill for the festival. So let's avoid that topic because it's a Sunday today. And I'm quite calm and I have got to go to work later. So I'd rather not think about the
Yeah, but it's
costs.
like the garden parties, but on like a whole nother level.
It's garden
and
party on
the garden
steroids,
parties
yeah.
sell out. And people always want tickets and whatever. So it's like we're
there's
moving it from a pub garden
to a
a
field.
field.
But there's a big difference between selling out a garden party of 200 and a festival of up to like 1,000. So that's a big jump. So we've got a long run at it.
But the 2nd of May, 2026 is going to be here before you know it.
I know.
And
It's coming round
not
fast.
a lot. And the ticket sales are going really well, which I'm
They are.
pleased about. I was really nervous about that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And they are going well. And we've
They are
just
going well.
obviously released Carol Thompson,
Yes.
which, you know,
the queen of Lovers Rock,
Yeah.
Carol Thompson, who's amazing, by the way. We had her at Invercourt and she was
Mm.
incredible. So we couldn't wait to book her again. So we
Yeah.
have secured her, which is amazing because she's a big fan favourite with her
Yeah.
Lovers Rock bangers that
and the
she's got.
DJs we've selected, I think we've been really wise and careful in who we've selected to deliver.
I feel like the sound that we've got is so diverse. Like for anyone that doesn't know, we cover a lot of different genres from soul, funk, like soulful house, club classics, R&B, reggae. We try and cover something for everyone. And it was important, obviously going back to the roles, that you listened to me in my expertise.
Listen, I've got a whole hour on that stage by myself of just pure vibes.
Anyway, going back to the DJs, like I say, like, yeah, they have been selected carefully.
Yeah.
So we've got like Ronnie Harrell from My Soul Radio, Stretch Taylor, My Soul Radio, Chris Wheatley, Funky Music, who's a genius when it comes to his vinyl collection. Is like, I'm seriously envious of it. DJ Swerve, good friend of ours, that was on Kiss FM for years, another great DJ. Spenny M, Spencer Martin, who's a good friend of ours, who's been resident from us for a while, and obviously Paul Peskett, Mr. P from Love Soul Solar Radio. So we've got some really cool DJs that are all going to be able to cover all of the genres. So they were curated very carefully, selected to bring absolute vibes and energy throughout the whole thing, which I'm really excited about. But again, I've got OCD and we start to obsess about the details and stuff, which is important. But it's important.
The merch that we've made.
Oh,
this is my song.
The merch
Fool's
that
Paradise.
Sorry, the merch that who made?
Well, obviously we designed it together.
Did we?
But did
we design it together, or did you come home and did you say, "Show me the merch designs"?
No, but the song choices on the merch was my idea.
Okay.
Were they not?
Some.
But they're classic tunes that everybody loves.
They are. Fool's Paradise, big tune.
Yeah, it is a big tune. But the most popular ones were The Love I Lost by Sybil.
That we haven't released yet.
We have.
No, we've got what? Oh, we have got it. Yeah, yeah.
If you look,
they
at
are
our
available
Instagram.
now. By the way, I am being a little bit slack on the website, so bear with me. I am currently building a new Shopify store, so we can get those out to you. So you can purchase online, but you can buy them. You just have to like drop us a message at the moment if you'd like one. But the store will be coming soon.
Yeah, but
I've just got to build that. Something else in my role that I do, to build website building.
But I'm the only one that wears it. Where's your t-shirt today?
I haven't got one on today.
No, you just got somebody else's t-shirt on.
It's all right. Big shout, Max.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
But
yeah,
this is my role, repping our brand. And what's yours?
creating.
You're the creator. I'm the viber. The t-shirts looks good on me, not you. Anyway, so who are our regulars
At our events.
Yeah. Who is like the one, not the one person, but when they come through the door, you just know that we're going to have a good night. It's always a good night, but you've got these people that like, they turn up and you just think...
I call them the original back-in-timers.
Yeah, they've been with us from day dot.
Right from the live stream and literally to every single event.
They
I'm
do
gonna have
not
to do some
miss
shout-outs.
one stream. They do not miss one event.
I'm going to do some shout-outs. If I forget your name, I apologise. Let me know in the comments. I will mention you next time on hopefully that you enjoy this and there'll be another episode. But the ones that come to mind straight away, Lorraine and Monique.
Yeah. They are just hilarious.
I literally love them. I can't get enough of them two. They are party animals, and they literally, I don't know, they party more than I'm a DJ.
They are out every single weekend.
Not just out though, but they are at events. Like they'll be in Butlins one week, then they're in then they'll be abroad,
I know,
and then they're back. And I'm
they
like,
are
mate, I
very
can't keep
loyal
up.
as well. Very loyal.
Love
they
them.
come to everything.
And Monique's hat collection, I love. Every time she comes, she's got a different hat, and I'm always like, yes. To be
and you
fair,
can always count on Lorraine to have a fan.
Yeah,
when
Lorraine
you're hot, Lorraine's got a fan.
Loves a fan. So when the fans come, Lorraine, we'll give you a fan.
And then you've got Yvonne and Stevie.
Yvonne and Stevie from they come all the way from Yeah.
Are we going for a beer, Yvonne? Like, I love them.
They come all the way from Nottingham. Yeah, no, it's always Stevie gets pissed and wants to go home, and Yvonne wants to carry on the party.
Yvonne even comes out with the family as well after.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Yvonne.
I love that. It's hilarious.
Jeff, number one Jeff.
Number one Jeff's not been to an event for a while.
No,
though.
but they were the first people to ever book us
They
when we
were
come
for
out
a
of
private
lockdown.
event, for the garden, and he nailed the best worm I've ever seen in his tent.
So good. And then Angie from Nuneaton.
Angie booked us for a party.
We went all the
but
way
our
to
family as well.
Nuneaton.
We've got to shout out our family. Our family are always there. Your family's obviously huge. Mine's very small, but they do not miss anything.
Yep. Noodle on the live stream.
Always on the live stream.
Always on the live stream.
I mean, our live stream audience is amazing, and it's always the same people that come back to watch
Dave.
it.
Dave. I don't know who Dave is, but Dave always just pops up and goes,
Dave the Rave.
Hello. It's like, hi, Dave. And then my auntie, she always, wowee.
Oh, Julie.
I'm here. Wowee. Bless her. But there are just so many people. I can't remember everybody's name. You get like user 1567279 and it's like, hello.
The ones that get me are like when like we'll be like, oh, where are you watching in the world tonight?
Oh, Chippy Tits.
Oh, DJ Chippy Tits.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great
Gotta
name.
love Chippy Tits.
Gotta love Chippy
and
Tits.
Horny.
Yeah.
There's another one called Horny.
I mean,
love
some
Horny.
people's usernames are questionable. That's Mark. That's Mark. Yeah,
Mark Horny.
Yeah, but it's funny when you ask people where they're, you'll be saying like, oh, where are you watching from in the world tonight? And like, mate, the fact that it reaches like literally every corner of the globe is mental. You get people watching in like Rwanda, like China, like Greece, America, Australia. It's just, it's wild.
No, New York.
Yeah. Big up DMYC.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It does blow my mind. Okay, what has been our wildest request, do you reckon?
I can't really remember any like really, really wild requests.
I mean, the wildest song, Cheeky Girls. Can you play the Cheeky Girls?
Oh, some people don't get the vibe.
Yeah,
and
they don't get the vibe.
They come on and they'll be asking for just like random stuff, and I have to politely remind them that we don't really play that.
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird when
Cheeky
people are like,
Girls.
"Can you play this?" And I'm like,
Or what's the funniest thing that's happened on a live stream? When people want to join it. That's the funny.
jarring,
That's
though.
the funny.
On
That's quite
TikTok,
funny.
you always get people that are like, it'll come up like,
Oh, by Dylan. That was the funniest.
Dylan,
When we was getting trolled. I think, was it you or was it me?
you.
I was getting trolled. So that I can't remember what he was saying. Something about why have you been tangoed or something.
When
it was
we
like
get
proper cussing me.
Yeah, when we get people that are rude, like we do this thing where we just say like, we get everyone in the chat room to say like, bye that person.
Yeah, and everyone was
then
going like, bye Dylan, bye Dylan.
And then they
we
get removed
blocked
and
him.
blocked, yeah.
Like blocked. And then the other day he
came back.
back.
It just said, it's Dylan.
It's Dylan.
I'm back.
And then it was like, bye Dylan.
I thought Dylan started a new username because he wants to get back in the stream.
What else was funny?
There's been a few of them, to
There's
be
been
fair.
a
Some
few
people are a little bit
things.
inappropriate, and you have to like, you miss the comments sometimes, though. And
It's because I don't have my glasses
it'll
on.
flash up on my screen, and I'm like,
I cannot see now without my glasses on, and I'm like looking at the screen.
It'll
and
flash
it's
up.
and they come through so quickly.
it'll flash up, and I'll be like, Bon, did you miss that? And then like
Yeah.
another one will come through, and it's like, yeah, you better block that.
Some of
but
it is quite questionable sometimes, and I do get a
some
bit
of
nervous.
it's quite crude.
Yeah,
to be fair.
I know.
Yeah.
But that does bring me on to some of the funny questions that we have been.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know whether you've seen them.
I haven't, to be fair. I put up a poll last night on Instagram just saying that we're filming our first podcast episode tomorrow, and if you've got any questions to let us know. And then I went to work.
Okay, so this is one for you.
Go on.
How do you feel when people ask you if I'm your mum?
Oh my God. The mad thing is, I'm actually older than Bonnie by a year or 2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
And this gets asked a lot.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
some people are like, oh, it's lovely to see on the we like drip feed out bits from our live stream onto our Facebook audience, and then people see them, and then they obviously comment and stuff.
I don't know whether it's where I wear my glasses now,
But people
and, like, my
literally
hair
say,
up and things like that.
people literally comment, oh, it's so lovely to see mum and son enjoying life
or is
together.
that your mum?
Or is that your
and
mum?
I'm like, I'm starting to get a bit of a complex.
And I'm
actually.
like, do you really look that much older
I
than me?
I don't know. Do I?
I don't know. And you have Botox. I don't even have Botox.
Thank you for that. I feel like I'm a bit like Mariah Carey. I don't have birthdays now. I have celebrations.
I don't celebrate
I'm not-
birthdays anymore.
I'm
It's
not
quite depressing
gonna-
when you start to get old, yeah.
I mean, next year's a big year for me, so
But I
I'll
don't-
drop that. But
It doesn't
I'm
make
not
me feel any
like,
type of way, but like,
no, because you do make a big thing out of it.
I find it quite funny, but it doesn't make me feel
Anyway,
like...
next one. This is going to lead on to what you're doing now. Why don't you shut up? You talk too much.
Was that a question?
Well, yeah. So why don't you shut up? It gets written a lot under the clip.
It does get rid of... The thing is,
Yep.
again, but going back to the...
People don't understand that it's live.
People,
And we're talking and they're clips from the thing.
yeah, that's the thing. People think that they're just us filming us playing music. They don't understand that it's a clip taken from a 2-hour live recorded stream, which is interactive with an audience. So like, it's like a radio show.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking over the music, it's because it's a hosted live stream. But the people that then see that 30-second clip assume that it's me playing 30 seconds of music and choosing to talk over it. So like, it's a bit of a misconception as to
Yeah.
like, that's why.
And they say like you're ruining the song.
Yeah, stop. Some people are quite rude, to be fair.
Or people say to me, or people will write underneath it, he's good, but she's pointless.
Yeah. Why are you there?
Why is she
Why
there?
is she there? He's better on his own. Lose the girl.
I'm like, but I'm the vibe. It's
But
just rude.
they clearly don't think you're the vibe because they're like,
you know, like in
"Lose the
Dirty
girl."
Dancing when she's like, I carried a watermelon.
You literally
That's
do carry the
me.
watermelon, yeah, yeah.
But they don't know that I picked the songs.
You don't pick the songs. You like to think that you do.
Anyway, Guy, why do you wear a hat?
Because I can't be asked to do my hair all the time.
Fair
I
enough.
have got a hat on today, and during the week I try and not put as much product in my hair.
Yeah. The funniest thing you've ever been sent, I reckon, is a dick pic.
The nude was to me it wasn't funny. To you, it's hilarious. To me, it's probably still mentally scarred me a little bit. I wasn't expecting it. It took me by surprise.
If I could share it with people, I think I would.
No, it's been deleted, mate. That is well and truly gone.
No, I actually screenshotted it.
I hope you didn't. You better not have. That should not be kept in the archive, mate. That needs to go in the bin.
What is your most requested song? I love the song, but I think I've heard it so much. It's Dry as a Bone. They're actually called Drizz a Bone.
No, they're not. They're called Dry as a Bone.
No, I'm sure they're called Drizz a Bone.
They're not. A lot of people pronounce it Drizz a Bone because that's how it's spelled, but it is pronounced Dry as a Bone.
But it's Real Love.
Dry as a Bone. That's what it's meant to be.
What do you think the most requested song is?
100% Real Love. I'd say Real Love, and I'd also probably say anything by Luther Vandross is always requested, like multiple songs. And surprisingly, actually, with Luther Vandross, though, it's not. You'd expect never too much to get requested a lot, but it actually doesn't. His other stuff gets requested more, to be fair. But I'd say Dry as a Bone, Real Love, yeah.
People have asked, where do I get my outfits from? I get a lot of my stuff from Tesco's.
You love
I
a
love
Tesco's.
a bit of F&F. I do. I love a two-piece. I do like Boohoo. Don't mind a bit of Boohoo. But my new shop at the moment is Ego. Do love a bit of Ego. I like Ego. It's not overly expensive, but their stuff is really good. I've got a pair of Ego shoes on at the moment.
What are you pushing for, like a brand deal or
No,
something?
I'm just saying. I'm saying what I like. But F&F is my favourite.
Tesco's is definitely your...
Yeah,
Bonnie,
my go-to.
Bonnie will sometimes say to me, like, if we're at home and Bonnie says, I'm going to pop to Tesco's...
Yeah, because they have a 20... It's when they do their 25% off.
No, but when you say...
Cha-ching.
When you say, I'm going to pop to Tesco's, I know you're gone for at least 3 hours. There's no popping about it.
No, I do like a Tesco's.
I like a Tesco's meal deal.
And I think that's about... Oh, who's your favourite artist?
Oh, it's so vast. It's impossible to say for me personally.
I think mine is definitely 100% Luther Vandross. And I would say Mary J. Blige. But I also love the Mary Jane Girls.
I love everyone.
You love everyone.
I do.
If you could see anybody perform, past and
Michael
present,
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Without question. It's one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't get to see him whilst he was alive. Because for me personally, he will never be replicated ever again. It's impossible. There will never be anyone that can do everything as good as he did it in one package. The closest we've come in our generation is Usher and Chris Brown. And they are equally also amazing. But Michael Jackson, for me, there will never ever be anyone that can come close.
Last question.
I would love to see Luther Vandross, by the way, but MJ for me in terms of like the entire package of dance, singing, music, the songs, and everything. Gutted I didn't get to see him.
If you could have one performer perform at our events, who would it be?
Michael Jackson.
I
get him to sing PYT.
Really?
I want to.
No, but okay. Now, who's alive now? Who would you have?
Oh, it's so difficult. Sybil.
Wow.
Bum. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, you never know. Your dreams might come true.
Manifestation.
Manifest it.
Put it out to the universe.
Right, I'm bored of talking to you now. I think it's the longest we've spoken in a long time.
I feel like you just spoke at me, barked at me a little bit.
Nah, I would never do that.
Yeah, I've got to go to work, to be fair.
I know. But so... Well,
and you're now no doubt going to watch some nonsense on telly.
No, I'm going to go home and cook my nice roast dinner.
What, that I probably won't get to eat?
Yes.
Great. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. The plan is to do more episodes if you did like it. And to those who have followed us right from the start, thank you very much. As I always say, big up yourself, because without you guys, it literally would be just me and Bonnie talking nonsense to ourselves and playing music to ourselves. So without you, you do make what Back in Time is. And to anyone that's new, who is maybe seeing this on YouTube, because it's where it's going to be uploaded on YouTube, and I'll put all the descriptions and stuff in there, all the links in the description where you can find all of our stuff.
Hit the like and subscribe and bell button and
the
all
bell
that
button.
stuff.
Yeah, hit the YouTube like buttons and subscribe if you like it. But yeah, we've obviously got events coming up. We've got
20th of December,
yeah,
Christmas party
Isha.
in Isha. 2nd of May, Back in Time Festival.
Yeah.
Isha.
You can find all of our tickets on our social media, or you can go to our website, which is www.backintimeuk.com. And I will put that in the description as well. And that's the best way to keep up with us, is just check out our website and check out all of our social media stuff. And let's say if you are new watching this for the first time and you're curious as to what Back in Time is, go and check out our Facebook page, TikTok, come and join the live stream. It's normally on a Wednesday, 7 till 9 p.m, subject to change depending on scheduling. But yeah, we basically play music for a couple of hours and you're all welcome to come and join us. That's about it.
Nice to see you.
See you. Nice.
Nice.